Welcome to this edition of Action Video Game Talk. I'm your host, Scott Action Jackson, and I have some special guests here with me, and I'll let them introduce themselves.
Okay, I'm William Bush, Reploid Bill from ReploidProductions.com.
And I am Nick Bennett, Lone Paladin, also of ReploidProductions.com.
And like usual on this show, we have, well, not as many news articles this time, since we got some guests here, so let's get right to them.
Zelda's strange mashup with Dynasty Warriors is launching on the Wii U in Japan this summer. We don't know when Hyrule Warriors will be launching in North America. Presumably, we'll learn at E3. But reports from Japanese video game magazine Famitsu says the game will be available in Japan on August 14th.
So, Hyrule Warriors, who wants to give this a start as far as the opinions on it?
Honestly, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of the trailers and stuff that they've put out for it, and I really do enjoy the Dynasty Warriors games. There's some of them that are kind of but there's other ones where you can actually like make your own character, run around, you know, play through history and such, just under your own name. And this one actually looks like it's going to be great because you're going to have your bombs that Link has. You're going to run around with Master Sword and cleave moblins in the face in massive scales.
The usual gear for Zelda, which
Yeah.
the Wii U pad will probably help with that.
Oh, definitely.
If I have one major question, it's this. How many characters are confirmed besides Link?
Well, I think there was an image for, who's the guard for Zelda from the...
Sheik?
No, for Zelda.
Her guard, not
Oh,
Sheik.
no,
Because I know she was confirmed, Elba, or something like that. She was actually confirmed, and there is some guessing about Ganondorf being in, which...
Trying to remember her name. Oh, dear God, I should know this. I played that game so many times.
Yeah,
Where's
I know.
my phone?
But
Give me her phone.
yeah, it was
This is how we do things.
It was the Hyrule guard who was, I guess, Zelda's personal guard or
Impa.
something.
That's right.
Impa, yeah.
I didn't have to hit my internet. I was just like, I looked at the
Sadly-
internet and saw the eye. I was like, oh!
Sadly,
do it.
as excited as I am for this game, it makes me ache for the other two things that I feel would really, really work Dynasty Warriors-wise.
And what would you like to see
I would
Dynasty
love
Warriors?
to see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in the cities and sewers with hundreds of like
Foot
soldiers.
mousers and foot soldiers and different things like that, and they could easily put all four turtles in. The trained April now for if they do like the new series,
So you play as
they could
April.
do like there could be something going on where Karai becomes a character, so that gives you one more person. Splinter could be an unlockable
Casey.
badass
Casey
character.
Jones.
Casey Jones,
Beat
like-
people with a hockey stick.
Leatherhead. There's no lack of characters when it comes to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and there's no lack of numbers because you have the Foot Clan, the Krang, and the Mousers. There's your legions right there.
But then again, you gotta also wonder which kind of Foot Clan, especially as far as the turtles, could it be the normal human version or like the robot version of the Foot
Why not
Clan?
You could
both?
do both.
Yeah, I mean,
Because actually in the series, they start using Krang technology to implement new robot foot soldiers where they start with human foot soldiers in the new series. So they give an excuse as to why our cartoon had robots.
the old 80s, 90s cartoon.
Right, the tragic cartoon. The second thing I would love to see done, Dynasty Warriors, and this is going to be like, this is all nostalgia. It's all like my 5-year-old bubbling up inside me,
Why not?
being like, come on, Power Rangers.
Power Rangers would be pretty
all those
sweet.
putties.
And not just, they could be the normal putties. You could start against Rita.
Yeah,
Have the
Rita's
normal putties and literally have it be exactly what it was supposed to be. She takes over the planet. You fight hundreds of putties. Special areas could be like the Godzilla fighting games where they fought. So
Don't worry, it's just Bill's phone.
that is completely my fault. That was unprofessional, and I apologize.
don't worry,
It's break
don't worry.
time, isn't it, Bill?
I'm supposed to be at work right now, but it's break time. So.
Whoops, it's break time. Oops.
But no, the Power Rangers sounds great to me because there's been so many series And just like Dynasty Warriors doesn't actually go through a 10-year thing, it follows like 400 years of war. The guys that you start with in that game were dead before the war was done, but they always continue those guys to the end of the game, except for in the new ones. They start taking people out, like the Sun family actually dies and whatnot. So, like, I feel like Power Rangers and Dynasty Warriors could be an absolute untouchable brand.
Yeah, especially with considering how many different versions of the Rangers there have been, especially the newer different characters.
Mm-hmm.
But what was it? Toei that?
Oh, and the Muso modes. Everybody has their own Muso power in the games. Well, it's easy to give the Red Ranger of our generation his sword.
Special armor and stuff.
He automatically gets that sword, but he had the abilities where he could shoot like this red laser, where he would flip it around, put his hand across it, and then shoot like this red beam. Well, that's one Muso attack, and then if you want him to have a joint Muso attack, if he gets around any of his other Rangers, they could put the gun thing together. That thing that they killed monsters with, they could power bow and power daggers and power lance, and you could get like full team attacks in the Muso mode, because they do it in Gundam, where it'll give you ultra attacks, where if one guy's there and another guy's there, it changes your attack to be severe when you use it.
Yeah,
kind of like when you ran up with the RX-78 and I was using the Night Gundam.
Yeah.
I got pretty broke
and
when you ran by, and I was like, Bill, button! You're like, what? Bink!
The Night Gundam goes from swinging a sword to he draws this weird arc thing on the ground, and then big explosions happen.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, it's not unreasonable, and then at the same time, you could have special areas where, like, Rita freaks out and sends, like, 4 or 5 monsters.
Make my monsters grow!
Yeah, and they could be monsters at the end of a round, and you could literally fight inside of a giant city, and you could walk through the buildings and crap like that and cause damage.
Yeah.
So there could be special modes
Zords.
where, like, if I'm the Red Ranger, I get the Tyrannosaurus. And then in special instances later on in the game, I can get the Tyrannosaurus Thunder Dragon Zord thing.
The Thunder Dragon Zord.
Yeah, where it actually turned into the dude with the bow staff.
Oh,
and
that
then
thing.
there could be even, I don't know, the possibility of it is endless. Like you could also choose to, like, supplement your character. Like say you're on the battlefield and you come across a computer controlled guy that's like the tiger, like the Sabretooth, and you ask the Sabretooth to join. It'll delete that character from play and add it to, like, an arc. And if you find all of them in a level, you could form the Megazord instead of just fighting with the Tyrannosaurus. Like, it would be the best.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm not to take away from this, because the Hyrule thing is going to be great, but I feel like there are 2 majorly untapped potentials that work perfect for Dynasty Warriors that have never even been considered.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I know it's kind of not really Dynasty Warriors, but Star Wars Battlefront kind of was one of those things.
Right.
Which is what
it's kind of its own version.
Yeah.
Of
but
the Dynasty
that
Warriors.
was one of those things that it could have been a Dynasty Warriors,
and
but
that's
it wasn't.
true too. If Dynasty Warriors wanted to team up with Star Wars, especially now that
Disney.
Star Wars is being
Yeah.
done by Disney, you could see Luke run through 1,000 stormtroopers.
With their still horrible aim.
Yeah.
Now, isn't Toei's the one that does the Dynasty Warrior games,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Now,
Yes, it is.
don't you think Toei might have thought about possibly doing a Power Rangers? Because weren't they, was it a Sentai, what are they called in Japan?
Biron Sentai?
Yeah.
Something like that?
But, yeah, they could have, it's possible they could have tried, like, a Japanese-only version, which could have had some, like, original Power Rangers.
It would have been epic. All Power Rangers games suck.
Here in America, at least.
Like-
we don't know
like,
if there is any in Japan or not.
We got one on the Sega that was good, but it wasn't actually good. It was all we had, and we were kids, so we were like, it's so cool to play fighting Power Rangers, but it wasn't. That game is terrible.
Well,
And then Super Nintendo had another fighting game, which actually is pretty good. You could be Lord Zed in it.
what about the Genesis one?
It's awful.
Oh.
Try playing it again. It's awful.
Well, there was also Power Rangers the movie, the game.
Yeah.
There's a side-scrolling
Beat 'em up.
Yeah, there's a side-scrolling beat 'em up. It's a lot like playing Superman Returns and things like that, which they're not bad. It's still not great, but they're
I was
not
actually
bad.
going to say it's more like Double Dragon or Streets of Rage.
Yeah.
And we probably don't have to need to go into
There's
the
a Sega.
CD.
Okay, actually, okay. The best one ever released was for the Sega. Power Rangers the movie for the Sega plays an awful lot like Double Dragon, like a Final Fight, and it's really, really good. So I am mistaken. There's one really good Power Rangers game.
That's what I was talking about.
But as far as this Japanese release date of August 14th, how long do you think it would be until we get it here in the U.S. then? What, like a couple months or?
It all depends on how much dialogue there is and how good the...
Dialogue for Zelda?
See that? Yeah, that's.
Well, just because Link doesn't talk doesn't mean 1,000 other characters in the game do.
Oh,
What characters have you heard that do?
besides some sound effects of people dying and stuff
Sometimes,
like that?
I mean, even if they do, they only say, "Hey."
No, I was talking about like the text.
Okay, yeah,
the text probably won't.
but
And
I
the
can't
text, there's a
imagine-
lot of text in Zelda.
But see, when you're talking about translating, it is more difficult to translate our language to their language than it is their language to our language. It sounds ridiculous, but it's true. Like when you're talking about like kanji and things like that, there are so many symbols that have to be written in. The coding for text on their side is larger than the coding for text on our side.
Yeah.
So that's the reason, like, it's not as big a deal.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying it just depends on how big of a team that they have to do the
Or-
translations will speed it along.
But for that matter, if you also go in the way that they did the One Piece Dynasty Warriors, they didn't even bother with it. They just put some English text at the bottom and said, move on. And I wouldn't be surprised if the English text is already in the game, because really, when you go over to Japan, they have two languages. Like most of all their street signs and everything like that already has theirs and then ours right below it. It's kind of like how we put Spanish on everything. It's really
true.
the same concept. You see it, like you can get a lot of their games through emulation and you can already play them because they're already in English.
That's true.
Many Smash Bros. Fans point towards its GameCube entry as the peak of the popular fighting series. As such, a good percentage of the fans preferred the GameCube controller as their pad of choice. This option was still present with the Wii entry Brawl, but the Wii U doesn't feature any GameCube controller ports. Manufacturer PDP saw an opportunity to introduce a new product, so the wired fight pad will be launched this holiday season. Like the Wii U Classic controller, the wired fight pad will plug into the bottom of the Wii remote, and it can be used for Wii and Wii U titles. And PDP says it will also be compatible with Virtual Console games. A line of wired fight pads will be released, each featuring the theme of a different Nintendo character. No image of the new controllers have been made available, but PDP will be launching the wired fight pad for $24.99 this holiday season.
So now on to the, I guess, GameCube-inspired Wii U control for the Smash Brothers.
I honestly didn't like using the GameCube controller for Smash Brothers at all. Anytime I sat down and played it, I used the Wiimote with a nunchuck.
Oh, so you're talking about, okay. I was confused. I was like, Smash Brothers used the GameCube controller.
Yeah, for the Wii, it was able to use the GameCube controller.
Well, I know what he
Yeah.
means. For some reason, I was thinking for some reason my mind was like he was referencing,
Melee?
I didn't like using the GameCube controller in GameCube.
No, for the Wii.
Like, I don't know if I care.
I never
one way or
owned a
another.
GameCube.
I don't think I care one way or another. Like most of the time, I've noticed they can't figure out what they want to do. This is not just an issue, it's an ongoing problem, actually, for Nintendo, and they need to get it under control, and they need to do it soon. I have 4 classic controllers. Every single one is designed different. Every one.
What they had
I have one
classic,
that's
they had
more
Classic
like-
Pro.
Yeah. It's not a good idea to not create something solid. Like, okay, I hated the Nintendo 64 controller, but they'd already made their decision, And they stuck with it. Because they stuck with it, the people that chose to play the N64, they got used to it. The controls grow on you. When the Xbox controller was first released, the biggest problem was it was too big. They downsized it, and then they were like, that's it. We're not touching it again. Start figuring it out. And game companies need to be able to take a stand, because as much as it is a business and it's going to depend on how we react, you need to give us something that we can become comfortable with also. Not just, if you try to please everybody, they're going to keep doing this. There's like 6 different versions of the classic controller, 3 different versions of the Wiimote, and now with the Nintendo Wii U, you have the friggin' pad, which we can't even get by itself that I know of.
Here in the U.S., but in Japan they do. But
And
You might be able to order it straight from
yeah, but I heard
Nintendo.
it's about as much as the system itself.
But then the system is also compatible with the Wiimote, and it's also compatible with the classic controllers. So if I buy Donkey Kong, and it's like here, use one of 15 controllers. I'm like, just give me like 2 and let me figure out which one I like.
It's the NES all over again.
The
That's
NES,
really what it is.
The NES tested a lot of things, but it only had 3 main controllers. Like,
Yeah, we did a review on that.
the new generation can't seem to figure out what they want to do, and I think that's going to hurt them in the long run. Nintendo's talking about losing money, and now they're trying to like run in circles and please everybody.
Well, this isn't Nintendo though. This is PDP.
So this is a sub company
Yeah.
that's building something for the Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's not exactly the same thing, but no, it still comes back to Nintendo though, because they're kind of allowing it. I mean, it's just years ago there was a quality control where third parties were not just making controllers at first. Like, Nintendo wasn't allowing it. Things had to go through Nintendo, and I realize the markets have changed, but quality control should be your #1 priority before anything else. And since technically by copyright law it is illegal to make a controller for a system that's not your system, like, you still have to have some sort of royalty rights involved, I would imagine.
Well, they probably had to go through Nintendo about this, and
Which still means Nintendo can't decide on a controller.
yeah. I mean, I like the fact that they're trying this for people who prefer the control over the gamepad.
Because they got
Right,
rid of
yeah.
the Wii or the GameCube stuff, because it's not backwards
Yeah.
compatible with the GameCube.
Well, I'll give it that,
Until they release all the GameCube games on the Wii market.
but I still feel like it's redundant, because, like I said, the game is compatible with the classic controllers, in which I have 4 different designs.
Yeah.
So what's the point of another controller? Like, if I was
If you really like that GameCube controller,
I guess.
that's it.
Yeah.
If I was a completionist, man, I'd have a problem on my hands. I'd have like 14 controllers. Which
Now,
one
you'd
do you
have
want
like
to use today?
73 controllers. Be
I
like,
don't know, let's roll dice. Let's find out.
It's true. You get out your friggin' D20 and figure out what controller you're using today.
I would get out my D20s. They're sitting somewhere here.
I sound pretty standoffish here, but I'm not. I'm just simply saying that, look at the PlayStation. It's going to sound fanboy, but look at the PlayStation. They built a controller for the PlayStation 1. Has it changed?
Not
Slightly.
really.
They added thumbsticks and vibration function. That's it.
But as far as the
But
main...
the main build of the
Yeah,
controller,
the
has
controllers
not
still
been
look the
built yet.
same.
And that's what I'm getting at. If you were to go over and look through my drawer and just like the classic controllers, I have one that looks like a friggin' boomerang. I have one that looks like a Super Nintendo controller, and then the Wiimotes, and there's 2 different Wiimotes that you can get, and then there's the new expanded Wiimote, and now there's all these friggin' attachments for the Wiimote. Like, I can't just hold the fucking controller?
Nope. Not allowed, Bill. It's not allowed.
It probably is just me. I'm just looking to... Being a collector, it gets irritating when I go to the store and I'm like, I need a new controller. Which one of these 17 should I pick?
It's true.
And, yeah, I might as well go and bring this up on here, but Ike has also been confirmed for the new Smash Bros. Game, too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yay. He's coming back.
Yeah.
Woo.
Woo.
Time to get broken against.
Broken.
Even if you won't be attending E3, if you're in Los Angeles in June, you can attend Nintendo's public Super Smash Bros. Wii U tournament. The tournament takes place on Tuesday, June 10th, and will feature 16 pre-selected Super Smash Bros. Vets playing the Wii U version of the game. Starting at 9:30 a.m. that morning, Nintendo will begin distributing the 3,000 wristbands necessary to attend at the Nokia Plaza at LA Live, 777 Chick-Hearn Court in Los Angeles. Nintendo is requesting that fans not line up before that time. At 2:30 p.m., the doors open for the tournament, and at 4 p.m., the fighting begins. Nintendo is offering preferred upfront seating to attendees who cosplay as Nintendo characters. Those sitting up front will have a much better chance of appearing on camera during the tournament's live stream.
So let's get the opinions about this open to the public viewing of the Smash Bros. Tournament.
I think it kind of sucks that if I was in LA, I can't be like, I'd like to try for this tournament.
Yeah, because it's saying 16 pre-selected Smash Bros. Vets playing.
Well, can you imagine the screening process they would have to go through if like 7,000 people showed up being like, let's get this on?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It seems awesome, but it seems impractical to invite every single member of the public to something like this. They might have made the right choice here because our society, our entertainment desires have changed over the years. I mean, look at how many people now are not playing games, they're watching games be played. And if you could buy a ticket to watch an epic tournament in game style, you might do it even if you couldn't play. You're a Let's Play watcher.
I am a Let's Play watcher. I actually watch a lot of the stuff that Game Grumps and Rooster Teeth do, especially Rooster Teeth.
Oh yeah, Rooster Teeth with their verses and Let's Plays and stuff like that.
Yep. But it does only say 3,000 people are going to be able to watch this anyways.
Yeah. And it is around the same time as E3, so there will
unless
be a
you're
lot of
like
people.
right there
tickets.
at 9:30 and you just happen to beat the crap out of 2,999 people to get your way up there to grab the very last wristband, you ain't gonna go see this thing.
And then the wristband he would get would say minor on it, so he'd like walk in and like they'd be like, "Get out of the beer tent, Nick."
And I'd be like, this is bogus. Because I am 27 years old.
They'd be like,
I drink me some beer.
They'd be like,
the running gag is I am the drunkadin for a reason.
What's that band about? What's that minor band about there?
Because I am a minor player.
You a weird guy? You a weird guy?
A guy?
You a weird guy?
Right.
But I think they could, if they...
I do think it's kind of cool that with the, if you just happen to be like, I don't know, cosplaying as super fat Wario, you can sit up front.
Yeah, up front seating. But I'm guessing Nintendo could. I'm not saying that they probably will, but considering it's around E3 time, I wouldn't, even though it's going to be in Los Angeles, they probably could do something like this in other major cities.
Last E3, Microsoft announced during its E3 press conference that there would be a Halo game in 2014 for the Xbox One. Now, however, the company says that the next Halo title in the series' main storyline won't come out until well into 2015. The game, called Halo 5 Guardians, is currently scheduled for a fall release on the system. No single reason was given for the 2015 release date, but Halo franchise director at 343 Industries, Frank O'Connor, says that the new Halo is a massive undertaking. It's a really big project. It's a big project in terms of moving over to the Xbox One. It's also bigger in terms of scope and scale in the size of the already quite big Halo universe. A part of the project's size is the fact that it's utilizing a new engine. With Halo 4, we talked about how we had gone back to the drawing board on a couple of features from that engine, but it was really an iteration of the existing Halo engine. This is a new platform with much more captivity and much more power on a different architecture. O'Connor also mentioned how the tech in Halo 5 would serve as the foundation for the series on the platform. Speaking directly to last year's E3 speech by 343 Industries General Manager Bonnie Ross, when she said that there would be a new Xbox One Halo in 2014, O'Connor says that at the time the developer knew that Halo 5 wouldn't be ready in 2014. I don't want to speak for Bonnie, but she was very careful in the way that she worded her E3 stage speech last year, because we knew that Halo 5 was going to take 3 years to make it the right game. Here's what Ross said last E3 when she announced the first Halo for the Xbox One. Today we're here to announce Halo's debut on Xbox One, a Halo first-person shooter for a new generation of hardware that will take full advantage of the power and flexibility of Xbox One. A Halo engine enhanced by the power of cloud computing, dedicated servers, and for the first time on console, a Halo experience that runs at a blistering 60 frames per second. In 2014, Halo combat will continually evolve, and your journey with Halo on Xbox One begins.
Okay, now we're on to Halo 5 Guardians. Which...
Not releasing until fall of next year. I'm totally looking forward to a year and a couple months from now when I might have an Xbox One to play my new Halo game.
Is it only Xbox One?
It's only Xbox One
Only
and
Xbox
PC.
One.
And it's
Probably,
gonna
well,
be
maybe PC.
Okay, hold on. So it's only Xbox One, and it's going to be upscaled to more new age graphics. All the games,
It's
right?
gonna be 1080. Yeah. Well, oh, you're talking about the rumored Halo box.
No, we'll get to
That's a different one.
So we're not on that at all.
No, we're on
we're
this
on Halo
new
5.
Halo 5.
Oh, look at that with the stuff. I know nothing about it, so
Okay.
go at it.
Yeah, Halo 5, the teaser. Remember this teaser from E3, which had Master Chief looking at his, I guess, dog tag,
Yeah.
and the huge thing coming up. But with
He's like, oh, dicks. I am finna die.
But the image that they showed for this Halo 5 Guardians had Master Chief on the bottom, and like what looked like an ODST guy on top. So
Possibility.
I mean, it'd be interesting if they're trying like a co-op in it.
Yeah, and instead of giving you, I don't know, a stupid alien who has active camo that doesn't work properly, but everyone else in his squad had perfect active camo.
Not everyone can be Predator.
Apparently, those guys in his squad could. But instead of getting stupid alien guy, you get an ODST trooper, which you should have been able to do, I don't know, in the first Halo. Instead of 2 Spartans, you should have had 1 Spartan and a dude.
Now who's drinking haterade?
I'm drinking haterade because I love Halo. That's why.
Reports have surfaced that Microsoft's other shoe in the Halo franchise isn't a single game. A new rumor suggests that it's in fact a box set for Xbox One. Engadget is reporting that Microsoft will announce a collection of remastered Halo titles featuring the Master Chief. Halo, the Master Chief Edition, will allegedly compile the first 4 numbered entries for Xbox's latest system. The publisher announced Halo 5 Guardians, which will be released in fall 2015. Saber Interactive, one of the developers which helped handle the remake of Halo Combat Evolved for Xbox 360, is currently working on an unannounced game for Xbox One, though there is no confirmation that this box set is their project.
So now we're onto this rumored, not officially confirmed yet, Halo Master Chief Collection box set.
Now, I'm going to tell you one thing right now. Microsoft loves money. This is a thing. We just don't have a release date.
Well, it's not confirmed by Microsoft yet. Confirmed.
I've only got
Microsoft loves money, Scott.
I've only got 2 major questions. That's it. 2 major questions. 1. Or is it true, if this happens, are they redesigning the games like they did with Halo 1?
Yes. That's pretty much what they would
so
be
it'll
doing.
be like
It's
the
all
second,
remastered.
the second remastered version of the first one then.
Which would explain...
Well, no, that one would just probably get a port.
Okay.
Well,
Just
okay.
bumped up into more of an HD.
And
They'd
that
probably
would
keep that
explain-
graphics.
That would also explain why it's missing specific games.
That's
yeah,
true.
I
Because
remember-
I'm hearing that like Reach is not going to be a part of this.
No, it's just going to be the numbered
It's just going to be
ones.
number ones.
But
1,
that's
2,
the
3,
reason that
4.
makes sense to me is because like Reach, it's not going to need an upgrade.
Well, it's going to need, like, a bump into full HD. But that won't take much.
But this is the Master Chief Collection, so it's just going to be
Master
1, 2,
Chief.
3, and 4, the ones that
Yeah.
Master Chief was in.
Okay, yeah.
Which half of 2 he wasn't in because you had to play as a stupid alien. I hate the Arbiter. I really hate that guy.
Pop open another jug.
Dude, I got a big old, 10-gallon jug of Haterade ready for the Arbiter.
I believe it, man.
All for the Arbiter.
Now, how much do you think this set will be?
Honestly,
it depends. If they do it like the Essentials Collection, which was coming out for the PS2, now I'm referencing way back here now,
Yeah.
but at the end of the PS2's lifespan, they started releasing the Essentials Collection. You could buy Onimusha Essential, which was like all 3 games, and it was a nice box set, and it would be about $40. But if they do
actually, they did something like that with Resident Evil.
And
the
they
PS3.
also did it with Metal Gear and Naruto.
And nobody cares about Naruto. But Metal Gear, it can't be.
And all of those came out to be about $40, $50.
So it'll probably release at about a normal price game.
Now,
because Halo 4.
If they continue the trend that the PS3 and Xbox are doing right now, where they're getting the new HD collections, where it's 3-4 games on a disc, that type of thing, those seem to be selling. They seem to sell relatively in 30 and
40 range, yeah.
Yeah, they don't seem to go very high. So,
but this they might.
I don't know.
Halo.
But the reason I think it won't is because I think there's a different purpose in mind. Okay, for me and you, there's a chance to get a game that we already love, already enjoy, and I had this argument with this guy before because he was talking about graphics do not make the game. And while I agree, it's also true that if I can get a game that I already love
and make it look better,
and and it's still the exact same game, but it looks better, so I can enjoy it as if it was the first day I turned it on. Because you remember that feeling you got the first time you played Metal Gear Solid 2, and you thought you could see every individual raindrop. You couldn't. But you felt like you could. It felt like it was something monumental.
There was a lot of rain on that stupid boat.
Well, when they upscaled
Made Snake start sneezing.
When they upscaled it and I got it for the PS3, it felt like the first day I turned it on all over again.
Except you could see every single individual raindrop.
But I believe there's a different purpose behind these. And the reason I think they keep their price tag is because they're not for us. People that have missed out on things like Halo or Onimusha or things like that, they get a chance to not only come into the series,
but they have all the stuff
but
that is released up to date.
The core.
They own the core of the series from day one. And unlike me or you, that as we neared the end of the PS2 lifespan and there were games that I knew were going to be tough to find, I was tracking things down. And then they start releasing these sets where they're just here it is, here's all of it. And I'm you know how long I looked to get a perfect copy of Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence? You know how difficult that was? I literally tracked everywhere to find something that I wasn't going to pay $80 for that still had the book and the case and both discs. And then they were here it is for $10. And I was you mother stupid son of a God people. But it wasn't for me.
He bleeped himself out for you. You don't have to go in and bleep him.
I don't
know if you bleep or not.
Now
you don't have to.
I don't have a bleeping option, so you could go in, but who knows who might be watching this or listening and watching this stuff. So
yeah.
Right.
By the way, the two of us from Reploid Productions, we are sorry that we are filthy-mouthed people. We have been in factory work and other things too much of our lives. Oh, and we used to work at a terrible, terrible, evil fast food chain. That really is probably what caused most of the cursing.
But myself and Nick kind of got together over Halo.
Yeah.
It's Halo 2, and I still remember the weird modded Xbox.
Yeah, my Frankenbox. That Frankenbox was sweet as shit. We installed a mod chip, but then we did some extra stuff to the case. We actually had one of those throw switches to turn it on and off. So you would flip the switch to turn it on and be like, "Let my monster live!" I still remember some of those modded maps we had too. Those were great. But no, one big thing I'm hoping they do with this box set, if they actually do come out with it, which they better, otherwise Microsoft is going to start falling into Square Enix syndrome.
Oh, don't
Just
don't get us
them.
I'm
started
not going
with
to call it
Square
Square Enix syndrome. If you want to compare it to a syndrome, call it Capcom.
Oh yeah, Capcom syndrome too. It's both of their syndrome. It's we don't like money syndrome.
Frickin' Square Enix.
But no, one big thing I hope they do with this is give me the option to flip it back to the shitty graphics anytime I want to see how much it changes.
Like the first one.
Like what they did with Combat Evolved.
Yeah, with the 360 Combat Evolved.
Like one of the big things, I ran through the very first mission, and like every new room I went into, I'd flip it back. It'd be like, damn, that looked terrible. And I'd flip it back to the new stuff and be like, oh, sweet, an Easter egg. Like when you're running through the room where it's like, it had like the Spartan cryo status stuff. Like when you're looking down, if you flip it to the new graphics, you look up there, it'll actually say Linda on there. Linda was the Spartan that was supposed to be with Master Chief. She ain't dead.
Now, as far as the price-wise, if they're just doing the games by themselves, I would guess maybe the $50-ish area.
Probably 50 because there's a couple of the games.
50, 60, but if they...
I wouldn't say 60.
They just released the God of War Collection. And the God of War Collection is for the PS3, and it's like everything. It's the PSP games and the PS2 games, and all of them are on like a single disc, like a 2-disc thing, and it's still braised $40-something bucks. So that's what I mean.
40.
It's just it's not for us.
Well, Microsoft's not terrible with their prices all the time.
But then again, if they want to include some additional stuff like a statue or art book, they would boost up the price.
If there's a collector's
that'll be a
edition
collector's
for it,
edition.
that's different.
Which, honestly,
And right now
I
we
would
just
probably
know,
buy a collector's edition.
Right now
for
we
that.
just know these. Right now we just know it's rumored and what games is going to be part of it. We don't know if it's going to have additional stuff in it, so that could figure into the price.
After merging Minecraft with Mass Effect, Skyrim, and even Marvel superheroes, Microsoft and Mojang are celebrating the recent announcement of Halo 5 Guardians. A new Halo mashup pack is coming, and it will be a blast of nostalgia that's sure to stick with fans. The Halo mashup pack includes a new texture set, reskinned menus, and interface. Items that are reworked with a Halo flair, and 40 character skins. You also get some Halo music and a new world that features some iconic locations from the series, including fan favorite map, Blood Gulch.
So now we're going into this, I guess, Minecraft Halo version.
Yes! It's something I can actually talk about!
Now, for most cases, just get a brief explanation of what this article was about. It's like, people know about the Minecraft Mass Effect patch or...
It's a Mass Effect mashup pack. You get a
Mashup pack,
skin, and then the texture pack, and then there's also a map just specifically built for it.
But for
Same thing
this-
with Skyrim.
But for this Halo one, you get multiple... Well, I think it was like multiple maps.
No, it's a single map,
Oh, one
but
map.
it's going to have a lot of the stuff from the different games, I'm pretty sure.
And it's going to have Blood Gulch.
Yeah. Blood Gulch is going to be great, especially because I'm going to run around as a Red Master Chief Spartan guy.
I knew that was
Sarge!
And I'm going to be sitting there, we got to get them damn dirty blues. Chupa thingy.
So what do you guys think about this Halo?
I think it's awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I actually do own Minecraft for both the PC and the 360, but my gaming PC's dead. So I've been playing it a lot on the 360, and I've been kind of lamenting over the lack of stuff that I had access to. Like redstone blocks. Those are really fucking useful, and when you don't have them anymore, it pisses you off a lot.
I wonder if they'll call them greenstone blocks with this.
No, it'll still be redstone. But there's a lot of stuff getting added in that will eventually make its way to the 360, I hope. But no, this one looks amazing. I've seen the screenshots, and I'm wanting to play this. So, I have not bought the Mass Effect mashup pack. I've not bought the Skyrim mashup pack. I will buy this one. Because if I want to play Mass Effect, I'm going to go play Mass Effect. I'm not going to try and punch through something that looks like it should be punchable, and it's actually obsidian or bedrock. I'm not going to run around and attempt to fight orcs and ogres in Skyrim on Minecraft, because I'm already playing Skyrim on Minecraft. It's pretty much... Skyrim, you run around and stab things. Minecraft, I run around and stab things. I'm good. I don't need that.
But
that's true. Bill's
but
fine.
look, no,
Yes.
but your train of logic here
It's derailing rapidly. I know.
If you want to play Halo, why don't you just play Halo? Because that was your excuse for not getting
because
the others.
Halo 4, I have to do an install, so I can't play Halo 4 because I have a 4 gig Xbox, and the install is 4 gigs. That's why. Plus, honestly, I just want to see, stuff that I can do with textures and whatnot. This is going to be cool. Going to make all sorts of cool things.
Well, I'm not a hater or nothing like that. I just know nothing about this game. It's not that I'm not interested.
Do I need to sit you down to play it sometime?
You don't understand. I don't. It's that I really don't have the time to put into it. And just like when I used to play Little Big Planet, I would literally play it for hours upon hours upon hours upon hours with the building and the design and everything.
I remember.
And to try to go into something like this when I don't even have the time to beat Final Fantasy X on the Vita that I take with me, then this is just something I can't invest in. So I'm not a hater of the game, but I've got really nothing to say here.
Well, on the plus side, you can get the demo for the PlayStation 3 or 360 if you want to.
Or you could just borrow my copy of Minecraft for a couple days just to give it a shot and be like, what the hell is this?
Dungeon crawlers now have a specific date to plan their next adventure around. Gauntlet Darkness Falls will open its gates this September. The game will be arriving on PC and Linux on September 3rd for $19.99. For a limited time, if you pre-order the game on Steam, you can get an all-new digital comic from DC Entertainment called Gauntlet Darkness Calls.
So now we're getting into this, updated Gauntlet Darkness Falls, which is going to be more or less Steam version.
Nothing wrong with that. Steam is actually a really good program. It's a lot better than Origin. I'll tell you that right now.
Oh.
As a PC gamer, I use Steam a lot.
Yeah, but I'm guessing later on they could add this to the systems as a download. So
No, probably. Most likely it will come out as an arcade title. So I don't see it not coming out, especially because it's a Gauntlet game. A lot of people still love the Gauntlet games.
Oh yeah.
All Gauntlet is for me is nostalgia. It sounds so bad. I have not liked it since it went 3D, but I still played it because I blew so many hours on that arcade cabinet, and I blew so many hours on that Nintendo controller, and I used to laugh hysterically and evilly when I would play with my friend Tom, and we would both run into the room, and he would be the warrior guy, and I would be like the archer dude, and he would be like chopping down a bunch of dudes as he came in, and I would get to the door first, run across, and see a chicken that I knew he needed, and as he came in the room, I would be like, doop, and shoot the chicken, and it would be like, Archer, shot the food, and he'd be like, what the man? And I'd be like, oh, sorry, because I wanted to get to the end of the game, and if he died, I won. See, I won. I got further than he did every time. I'd because he'd get stuck fighting hordes of people, and I'd be like, doot, and go around him, and all these ghosts and goblins and crap would be all over him, and I'd run in the next room like, shot the food, and he'd be like, dude, I'm dying here.
And see, this is why you don't play co-op games with Bill. Especially when you're playing a co-op game of Mario.
I need to win.
Because he will jump on your head while you're jumping over a pit of death.
And
be like, beep, I made it.
But we're still alive because I made the jump, Nick.
I would have made the jump had you not launched on my
You
head,
can-
Bill.
You can come back, Nick.
It's okay. It's okay.
Oh.
I ended up being the one that beat Bowser on both Super Mario Bros. Wii and Super Mario Bros. Wii U. So it's okay.
We went from Gauntlet to Mario, and as far as
It's because co-op games.
and because of the chicken thing, I was going to go into like Zelda attacking chickens and Fable with the chicken kicker.
Or Skyrim, you kill a chicken, it's a murder.
Especially in the
God.
towns.
God help you if you kill that man's chicken. All hell breaks loose.
I don't really have anything real to say on this subject, though.
It's going to be cool. I hope it does make consoles.
Yeah.
Developer Coffee Stain Studios has revealed some details for Goat Simulator version 1.1, as well as a release date for its availability. The DLC will be available on June 3rd, and alongside the previously revealed local multiplayer and new map, Coffee Stain Studios has revealed a number of upcoming additions including goat wall running, bouncing on your front legs, the ability to ride bicycles and skateboards, and force humans to ride you, and new goats including Tornado Goat, Shopping Goat, Classy Goat, Repulsive Goat, and others. Alongside these additions, new achievements have been added as well as some optimizations.
Meh. Yep, we're going into Goat Simulator.
Heavy metal goat.
I would just like to say, first off, I don't know what Goat Simulator is, so just let me finish. When I read skateboards, bicycles, and wall running coming to Goat Simulator, my mind goes to a place where awesome goats in like knee pads and helmets skateboard and play like X Games and BMX and like
And
ram each
parkour.
other. Like, yeah, parkour goats is. And I'm positive that's not what I'm supposed to be seeing here, right?
Actually, with Goat Simulator,
Kinda.
yeah, it is. Also, if you sacrifice like 5 people on this pentagram on the ground, you can become the heavy metal demon goat god. It's pretty sweet. I'll show you some gameplay at some point.
Yeah.
Because this game is
Yeah,
hilarious.
they got stuff up on YouTube about the Goat Simulator. Even
You can like
Rooster
whip your
Teeth.
ridiculously long tongue at something, and then launch it through the air, or just drag it with you.
I remember seeing the goat getting his tongue stuck on that car going around in a circle.
Yeah.
It's like the goat just kept going along.
It's a funny game. I don't know who the hell keeps coming up with like Blah Simulator, but seriously, I mean, for God's sakes, Farming Simulator got a CD release on the Xbox 360.
And why is everyone looking for it?
I got a couple copies at my store.
No, where I work, it's like, we get 1, maybe 2 at a time. Guess what? They're gone.
Yeah.
Why?
Have anyone asking, send them my way. I would be more than happy to be like, here you go. Enjoy that game. But I don't know. Somehow it's making so much money for these type of games. I'm just waiting for the simulator. Trademarked right now. Nick Bennett, trademark. Bam.
Simulator.
Simulator. If it gets made, you owe me money. I said it first.
Take-Two's year-end financial call just wrapped up, and it sounds like Rockstar is cooking something up for release. In and of itself, that isn't surprising. What might raise your eyebrow is the timing, this financial year. Rockstar Games is hard at work on its upcoming lineup, and we're excited about what they have in store for the new generation of systems this financial year, said Take-Two CEO Stratus Zelnick. The publisher's financial year ends on March 31st, 2015, so whatever the mystery title or titles is, it could come as late as early next year. Rockstar usually has an extended development cycle, and we're interested to see what might be releasing on PS4 or Xbox One in the coming 10 months.
So now we're on to Rockstar saying that they're going to release something on the next gen system. Something.
GTA 6. It's my guess right now. It's going to be GTA 6.
Well,
Or it's going to be like GTA San Andreas 2 or something. Because I know for a fact they've already said we're not making GTA 5 for the next gen.
Well, at my store just today, somebody was asking if they're, will they make it for the next gen system for Grand Theft Auto 5? And I was thinking, maybe Grand Theft Auto 6, or if they put Grand Theft Auto 5, it'd be like the complete edition whenever that gets done.
Yeah, but Rockstar's already said they're not planning on doing it.
But then again, Rockstar has so many other titles it can throw on.
Yeah.
Maybe like Bully or
Actually, it
Red
might
Dead.
be another Red Dead. There has been talk of another Red Dead game, too. So, it very well could be that one instead of GTA.
And it could be anything. I mean, they could even do another tabletop ping pong game.
I hope not. It's like, we're not going to tell you what it is, but this game's going to be freaking sweet. And you'd be like, alright. And it comes around March 31st of next year. And be like, come on, Rockstar. You're supposed to have something coming out. And it's like, now introducing Rockstar Ultimate Table Tennis. Facepalm. Just done. That's what I'm going to be like. It's like, really, guys? You brought up that much hype for table tennis. Don't do that to me.
Oh, all I have is one butthurt statement.
Uh-oh.
Metal Gear Solid 4 had a better story than friggin' GTA 5. Care what anybody says, that contest was rigged. Look,
What?
the friggin' game awards for best storytelling in a video game for the year went to GTA 5. Metal Gear Solid 4 lost to GTA 5.
I played through GTA 5. It had a hell of a good story.
I don't care. It was not better than Metal Gear Solid 4. Butthurt statement, sticking to it. Fully butthurt. Butt is aching.
Should get some cream for that then, dude.
Butthurt.
Amazon's new Android console has landed Rockstar's classic PS2-era GTA trilogy. The Amazon Fire TV, which is available now for $99, is quickly trying to expand its core gaming offerings. Alongside Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, other notable new Fire TV titles include The Walking Dead Season 2, Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2, Crazy Taxi, Minecraft Pocket Edition, and Zombie Tycoon. Twitch TV has also revealed an app for Fire TV.
Now we're on this Amazon Fire TV getting the original Grand Theft Auto trilogy, which is the Grand Theft Auto 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. But if it's a gaming system, why is it called Fire TV?
It's because Amazon has to make things complicated. It's a requirement of Amazon. I mean, for an extra X amount of dollars, you can have the air drone drop your shit off to your house in 30 minutes. Just saying. They gotta make things a little difficult. It's probably just another one of those devices kind of like the Ouya.
Oh,
It'd be my best guess, because I'm looking on here, and I'm seeing Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm seeing Crazy Taxi.
Crazy Taxi.
I'm seeing Minecraft Pocket Edition.
Yeah, it's got.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those, and it's, yeah.
Amazon Fire TV is a tiny box that connects your HD TV to a world of online entertainment. It's a stream system. It's a stream
Yay!
box.
Oh.
Yeah, it's one of those.
And Twitch TV is
Gonna do an ad for
Yeah.
it. Woohoo. I'm not spending $100 on something that my Xbox 360 already does. And my
Yeah.
PC does it. And my phone does it.
Just about every game system and PC can get these games right now, so.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know what I find real funny about these things coming out, before we move on? All this Amazon Fire TV and Amazon this and Amazon, like not just all the Amazons, but all the stream systems in general. It's funny that they're coming out now and doing so well. And one thing that's never going to come back, but I feel if it just would have waited like 6 years, Sega TV.
Honestly,
that's what
that
it
would be
was.
sweet. Yeah, with
Sega
Sega
TV.
Channel.
Yeah, the Sega Channel was this. It was the stream
You
system.
paid like $8. You play any freaking Sega game you wanted.
Yeah.
Well,
It was like, bam, done. $8 a month.
yeah, but there's also Sony trying to do that with their PlayStation
PlayStation
Now.
Now,
Right,
but that's
the
actually
predecessor-
going to be sweet for any PS4 owner.
The predecessor, but we just weren't ready for it. They tried it too soon. Was the Sega Channel?
Mm-hmm.
The hunt begins this fall when Left 4 Dead developer Turtle Rock Studios releases Evolve. The game comes out October 21st for PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. If you pre-order the game at participating retailers, you get the Monster Expansion Pack, which contains the Savage Goliath monster skin and a new unnamed monster sometime after launch.
Alright, now we're on to the Evolve release date of October 21st. So,
Evolve looks freaking amazing. It's going to be 4-on-1 epic killing times. I want to be giant scary monster man.
And it's by the people who did the Left 4 Dead games.
Yeah. Turtle Rock Studios is the one doing Evolve. Everyone always thought it was, Valve. It wasn't. Valve just slapped their name on it. And they're like, by the way, that's ours now. And the guys at Turtle Rock were like, damn it. But no, it's gonna be freaking sweet. I mean, I've seen some of the trailers for it. I've read up a bit on this here and there because I know a couple of the guys at my store are like super excited for this freaking game. It's like, I want to play as a medic guy for once. Because I want to run around and shoot people with healing.
Oh, you want to be Doc from Red vs. Blue?
Yeah, I want to shoot people with healing. And then I want to continue running as giant scary monster guy tries to eat me. It's going to be awesome. And then I want to play as a giant scary monster and eat Bill, because it'd be funny. And Bill's just like, yeah, it probably would be.
I know nothing about this game yet.
We will educate you at some point.
I haven't been looking into anything next gen because I can't invest in next gen right now, so I'm trying to keep my eyes away from that part.
But that's why we have, Seth and Shane.
I'm just trying
Shane
to stay away
owns
from
both.
it. I can't con myself into spending the money for it, and I'll do it. So I've been staying away from it.
It's probably a smart idea. Wait until there's more titles out.
Which, might be possible, especially with the Halo stuff.
Yeah.
The state of the WWE is in flux right now. After a tremendous and exciting WrestleMania season, the ultimate underdog, Daniel Bryan, walked out of the Showcase of the Mortals as the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Today, he's recovering from the last Thursday's neck surgery, and the state of the championship is unknown. As us fans sit around and worry about our champion being dethroned, we can take some solace in the fact that WWE 2K15 will be arriving in its regular release window. There has been some speculation about the game missing the holiday season, possibly being pushed back to a closer to WrestleMania time. WWE 2K's Twitter account put those rumors to rest today, with a tweet that confirmed a 2014 release. WWE 2K15 will launch on October 26 across last gen and new gen, marking the series' debut on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
Okay, on the previous episode, the actual news was that this WWE 2K15 won't be coming out on its regular fall release, that instead it might have been released around the time for WrestleMania instead. But now, they have confirmed that it's going to be October 28th, around the normal time. And I'm sure these guys probably don't know that much about the current wrestling WWE stuff.
I am a wrestling fanatic over here. I used to watch it back when there was still an F in the title.
Well, we can go and say WWF.
That's my...
Screw the wildlife fund. If they're gonna sue the WWE over that crap, they can go fuck off.
I've seen Let's Plays for WWE 2K13 and 14 from Rooster Teeth, and they were funny.
But he's never
But I've never sat down and played them.
And he's never once seen John Cena, because he can't be seen.
I can't see me.
He waves his hand in front of his face and disappears. He's like, like a magician of some sort. I always lose track of him in the ring.
With his bright colored shirts and...
It's wild. Yeah, I mean, I swear he's standing right there, and he does this wave trick, and it's like, I don't know where he went. I don't know.
Kind of like he was Bill Clinton out of nowhere. I'm not here. What is here anyways? It's there without the T. Shit, where the hell did Bill go?
Minecraft fans have been anxiously awaiting the mega hit's arrival on next-gen consoles. Mojang and Microsoft have finally announced that the wait is only a few months longer. For those jumping in for the first time, Microsoft Xbox One Edition will be available for $19.99. If you already own the Xbox 360 version, disc or digital, the upgrade will be $4.99. Disc owners will need to have played online to confirm their ownership. You'll also be able to import your save games from the Xbox 360 to Xbox One. Most, but not all, skins and textures will also make their way across the generation divide, but not back to 360. PlayStation gamers won't be left out this summer. An upgraded version of the game will be coming to PlayStation 3 and Vita as a free upgrade to anyone who has purchased digitally on PS3 already. An upgrade from the retail version is not yet guaranteed, but Mojang is working with Sony on that. For new customers, the price will be $19.99. A single purchase on either PS3 or Vita gives you access to play on both platforms. All of the existing DLC on the PlayStation 3 version will work on both also. PlayStation 4 owners will be offered the same pricing options as Xbox 360 owners. $19.99 gets you a new PlayStation 4 version, and $4.99 will allow you to upgrade your digital copy. Again, Mojang and Sony are currently exploring how they will manage upgrades from retail PS3 copies. The same skins and texture issues are present here, though much of the content will make the leap. Neither new-gen platform will support crossplay with other platforms, and you won't be able to move your saves from new-gen hardware to older consoles.
So this is actually, I guess, confirmed now. Minecraft is coming to the next-gen consoles and Vita in August.
More Minecraft!
I might actually give Minecraft a shot. I said that I haven't been able to invest my time.
You probably won't.
But if it comes out on the Vita, I'm sure it's going to be a downgraded version, but it'll still be available to me to get an idea for it, because like basically all of my gaming right now, like Trigger Happy Havoc and things like that, like Conception 2, and even my fighting games like the new Mortal Kombat and things like that, it's all been Vita for me because I could take it with me. And if this comes out on the Vita, that's my opportunity, because I can take it with me to work and play it on my breaks.
And then you can come home and play it on your PS3 because you get both copies.
Yeah, it'll be like cross-platform with that way.
That would be perfect. That works for me. That's the only reason I can play Final Fantasy right now, is because I can take it with me to work and make progress.
So, I think it's really cool. I already knew that they were going to be putting Minecraft on the Xbox One.
Yeah, the Xbox One.
That one was already known. After they put it on the PS3, after they saw how much money they were getting for that, I knew it was going to go to the 4.
Yeah, they talked about it for a while.
The Vita was a bit of a surprise. Now, the oddball thing is, I'm wondering why Nintendo hasn't jumped in on this. Because honestly, with the Wii U release of Minecraft, they could do a lot of freaking cool stuff with that gamepad.
Here's my biggest question then. And I don't know the specs of the Wii U, but I know that it's still fairly behind. Nintendo does this on purpose. They're usually anywhere from 2 to 5 years behind current technology. That way they could sell cheaper and they could still keep it to a family audience. Because your common family here in America, as much as we would like to believe that everybody gets a chunk of that money, they don't. It is true that most households have to make a choice. You buy one system, and usually you share it amongst the household. That is a common thing. And even though it's become more common to see where the kids have their own and their parents have their own because they grew up in gaming, there's still your average household where most people got out of gaming as they got into college and different things like that. They focused on what they were doing, and then they never really came back in. So, and I work with a lot of these people, and they're always like, man, you remember on PlayStation? And like they'll bring up a game, and I'll be like, yeah. And then since I still game, I'll be talking about it, and they'll be like, yeah, I don't. Yeah, I mean, I played it. It was cool. And like that's as far as they went with it. But then they're trying to figure out what system they should get for their kid, and that's common here. So Nintendo usually stays behind so they can atone for all this, and it makes me wonder.
Their
The
system
specs
is
can
strong.
handle it, right?
I'm looking at the specs right now. The Wii U can handle it.
And so that's not the issue. So
It's got a
something else.
1.24 gigahertz tri-core IBM processor.
So there's something else going on that's keeping them from entering this.
Or they just don't want to, which is weird.
It would be weird because Nintendo, like I said, is
Or
it's more family
It might
based.
not be Nintendo's doing. Mojang might be like, we're not doing that.
It's not entirely impossible.
Yeah, but
A
if they
lot
want to
of-
make more money,
The development costs to put it on the Wii U, to make it the way it needs to be done for the Wii U, would cost everyone more in the long run. Right now, we're talking $20
How do you
for these
figure?
guys because they
look at how
the
much
devel-
money Mojang has,
development
though.
tool to add in the functions of the gamepad. That's one of the big things.
Okay,
It's
Which is
so
why
normally,
they do not get that much third-party support.
Normally, I wouldn't fight you on this, but truthfully, all the third-party support they're getting don't even use the gamepad. So they just use it like a normal controller. So if these people were just to put the game out and use that controller as a screen, or all they have
For
to
the
do is be
inventory
like,
and stuff.
here's your inventory. There, they've made
Which is
use of it.
probably
It
what
wouldn't
they
take-
would end up doing, but even then,
That
it
wouldn't
just
take-
might be they don't want to.
They could do that way too with the 3DS, or
3DS, they'd have to give it something like the Pocket Edition, though.
yeah, but the bottom screen could be for like the inventory and the stuff you could craft and stuff like that.
Crafting, yeah, most likely, but inventory might be a little tedious.
But then again, with the Vita version, it could borrow some from the Pocket Edition too.
It's a possibility.
I feel like there's something funny taking place, like Nintendo doesn't want to pay a royalty or something like that, and I can't say anything for sure, but there is a reason that Nintendo is not in this. There has to be. It's if the Vita's getting a version, it's coming to the PlayStation and the Xbox, and of course it's already computer driven like crazy, then there has to be a reason that there's only one thing missing out.
I mean, Nintendo can be anal about some of this stuff.
Nintendo has been extremely anal.
Maybe it's
because
because they can't. Maybe it's because they can't control it. It sounds bad, but it could be a part of it. Nintendo likes to have control over their system, and when something gets on there that they can't contain, because at that point you're going to be able to do whatever you choose to do. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
At
maybe
that point, I could
that's part of
literally
their problem.
build a giant raging boner in the middle of my map. Just be like,
Well, you could
screenshot.
also-
There we go.
You
Nintendo.
could also get on there and you could promote things on the Wii U. Like, you could be on there and be like, check
in-
out this Master Chief I made. And they don't want that. You know, that's not something they're willing to deal with. They like control of their network. They like to have control of their network. And maybe this is something that they feel it's not worth them trying to police what's going on in the game, so they're just not willing to deal with it.
It's
But-
a big possibility.
But in the PC versions, people have made like versions of like Nintendo characters, even Master Chief.
yeah, just pixel
Yeah,
art. That's all it is.
Pixel characters of these.
Yeah, but that's a PC version.
Yeah.
PC doesn't care.
Most of
PC
the
is
time,
not
that's true.
Nintendo.
Yeah.
PC is the most relaxed form of gaming that there is, because, like, you never hear about so-and-so, like, Linux doesn't sue Microsoft for having their characters in a game or something like that. It just does
Well,
not
'cause
happen.
Linux doesn't have games, really.
Yeah, they do.
They don't. They're not like.
we just talked
here's
about
our
something. We
game.
just talked about something coming to Linux right here on
Yeah.
this show.
Well, it's coming to that operating system, but they
Right.
don't actually. They're not
That's
sitting there
exactly
like we're
what I'm
making
saying.
this.
See, you're fighting against exactly what I'm saying. It is an operating system. They have no reason to complain about anything ever. They're the most relaxed system ever
Yeah.
because they get everything. Everything. Like, Nintendo stuff appears on the computer. In fact, years ago when we played our Gamecubes were internet compatible with a slight tweak twist. You would take out Phantasy Star from the GameCube and put it in the computer to go online.
And then watch your computer fry because that game was bad.
No, it didn't. It never hurt my computer. I played the Phantasy Star on GameCube. I played that thing like I was playing with my wiener, man. Every night was an hour escapade.
Oh.
And here we go talking about Bill's Whanger again.
It happens.
I'm sorry, your Whanger.
It happens at least once a podcast. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it does
I'm sorry.
happen once a podcast.
It's a Reploid trait.
Dear God.
All right. Okay, so now we're finished up with this episode of Action Video Game Talk. Thanks for Bill and Nick for being here. And if anybody listening or watching this wants to get a hold of these two, how did they get a hold of you?
Is that me again?
I guess I could do it for once
Hey,
if you want.
hey, do it for once.
You want to?
Technically, it used to be my job to do this type of crap, and then it's like, nah, I ain't doing that anymore. Anyways, contact info for the Reploid Productions team. You can find us at reploidproductions.com. We're also on Podkicker and iTunes. It's Reploid Productions, no space on that except for Podkicker, right? It does have a space because it's weird.
On Podkicker and iTunes, for some reason, they forced a space in between our one word.
Okay, I thought one of them, it didn't. So, Reploid Space Productions on those two things. You can find us on YouTube. So, I mean, you're kind of here on YouTube anyways right now. There's a little bar thingy which lets you search. Type in Reploid Productions, all one word. You'll be good to go.
I can put down the link down below.
There's also a link down below.
Our newest episode is over the Mortal Kombat Legacy. It will be over Mortal Kombat 2. It will be on YouTube. You should definitely check that out because at the end of it, I have instructions for a giveaway where you can win 2 different games. You can not games. You can win 2 different movies. I give away my ultraviolet codes every other couple weeks because they build up and I don't use my ultraviolet, so I give them away. And the newest ones coming up are going to be Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah and Godzilla vs. Mothra, the 1990s and 80s remakes.
the original stuff.
Yes. And
So-
it's really good, and especially with the new Godzilla movies out there. I have a lot of these that I'll be giving away over the next couple weeks, and this is the newest one that's going to be coming up on our network.
Alright, so that's that. And we also have a fan page on YouTube. Or not YouTube, Facebook. Because we just got done with the YouTube stuff. We're on Facebook, Reploid Productions, all one word still. Please join the fan page. You can jump in, talk to the cast, talk about, nerd stuff, because that's all we do. And I think I covered everything. Oh, wait. You can email the production company also if you have any questions or you want to see something at Reploid Productions, all one word, at gmail.com.
It's kind of funny. I think I see Scott on our page almost more than I see him on his own page. Which isn't a bad thing because
I
he
see
posts
Scott
a lot
on
of
our
news
page
articles.
more than I see me on that page.
That I know for sure, but he does post a lot
I've been posting some.
Well,
Yeah, he posts
I
news
show up and
articles
look,
and things.
and I'm like, huh, and then I do something else.
Yeah, and then of course you guys can be reached through Facebook individually too.
Yeah.
And just like I can be reached there too under Scott Jackson, Bill Bush, Nick Bennett.
I think I am Bill Bush, yeah.
You can
I
find me through the
accidentally-
fan page
Yeah,
because
that too.
I am invisible to
I
the
accidentally
world.
said William Bush on a
Yeah,
podcast, and
yeah.
my
Bill
dad
Bush.
started getting IMs
Yes!
asking him what was going on.
Yes!
And he was
I knew it was going to
he's like,
happen.
I don't know these people.
I told you it was going to happen after we got done. I was like, I should have told him. I'm just going to wait till he closes this.
Yep.
He's done?
I
Hey,
am
Bill.
Bill
You
Bush.
fragged up.
I'm Bill Bush. It's Google Plus that I'm William Bush.
Yes.
And then of course you can also check out the Action Video Game Talk page on Facebook. It's not that hard to find it over there. So until next time, which I don't know, we might try another one with Bill and Nick next time, or if not, the following one. Considering how busy I might be with work and stuff, and
Gotcha.
Nick might be busy, and you might be busy.
Nick might be moved, so it might be a little harder to get a hold of Nick.
Yeah. So until next time, bye.